Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about the striker that has been linked to FC Barcelona in the past 12 hours. And that one player is Serhou Guirassy, a Borussia Dortmund striker, a player that is hugely admired by Hansi Flick. And so yes, it is true, Hansi Flick does want to sign Guirassy for the next year. However, here's the thing, Joan Laporta does prefer to sign other high-profile names. And I believe the reason why Joan Laporta is so keen on signing players who have bigger names is because it does bring more income. So it does make a lot of sense that somebody like Joan Laporta, who is on the business side, will try and pursue bigger names to really strengthen Barcelona's brand. However, Hansi Flick on a sporting level is looking at this and saying the one player that makes the most sense, it is the Borussia Dortmund striker. So the report continues to state that he is the player to replace Lewandowski. However, Dortmund is asking for 100 million euros, but there is a release clause in his contract where he is able to leave for around 60 to 75 million euros for certain clubs, and one of those clubs, it is FC Barcelona. He also has a contract until 2028, but whether it's 65 million euros or 100 million euros, it's going to be a very complicated deal. And let me tell you, a striker like him just came out of nowhere in the world of football, because ever since he did join Borussia Dortmund, which was like about 2.5 years ago, he has already made 56 appearances and scoring 43 goals and being a protagonist in both the Bundesliga and the Champions League. So we are in a very intense, important moment at the club as of now, because there is decisions that will need to be made. A lot of this is reminding me about what happened in the last summer when Deco wanted Luis Diaz, or Hansi Flick wanted Nico Williams, or Joan Laporta wanted Rafael Belinho. There's many different opinions here. Erling Haaland is liked by Joan Laporta, and now we do have Hansi Flick liking Guirassy. In terms of player recruitment, we're also going to be talking about the two players that Deco has been eyeing. Deco did travel to Zagreb and to meet with the agent Andy Barra, and Deco did attend the match for Dinamo. And the reason why he was there is because he wanted to scout, he wanted to negotiate for certain players. And the key targets is Rafael Belinho, who is a Brazilian prospect, and Cardoso Varela, who is a Portuguese winger. And the reason why Andy Barra was there is because he is also the exact same agent that helped secure the deals for Dani Olmo and Joan Garcia. And now, once again, he is playing a key role during this transfer saga in Dinamo. We also saw later, after that meeting, that Rafael Belinho and Cardoso Varela were wearing a Barcelona jersey. And we're talking about the jersey that has been released this season, meaning that there is strong interest coming from both parties. They want these moves to happen. And that is going to be it for the transfer world and the latest updates. Guirassy is Flick's ideal number 9, and Deco is looking to reinforce the attack by looking at Belinho and Varela. And so let's talk about that, right? So let's talk about these three players, and we're going to be focusing on the tactics and why Barcelona want to sign these three players here. Starting with the biggest news of the night, and that is Serhou Guirassy, because this is a player who has had a long road. He went through Lille, he went through Amiens, he went through Rennes, he went through Stuttgart, and now he is at Dortmund. His breakout season was back in the 2023-2024 season with Stuttgart, where he scored 28 goals, and that allowed for Dortmund to be interested, and he made that transfer in 2024 for 18 million euros. The rest was history for him. This is a striker that is very clinical when it comes to finishing, has great aerial dominance, and amazing hold-up play. Let me tell you guys, these type of traits for a striker is very important, because when you look at what he did to us, yes, I'm talking about to FC Barcelona, you would understand that yes, this is a striker that can be very deadly. He scored 2 goals versus FC Barcelona in the first game back on December 11th, 2024, where Barcelona won in the end 3-2. But then fast forward to April 15th, 2025, so like about 6-7 months ago, during the Champions League quarterfinals, he scored a hat-trick against FC Barcelona. Barcelona lost that game 3-1 away from home, but on aggregate, Barcelona were able to advance to the next phase, because we won 5-3 on aggregate after defeating Borussia Dortmund in the first leg 4-0. But the fact that a striker like him scored 5 goals against us last season, that is insane. It really does tell us that this guy can deliver in big moments, and he knows how to attack the weaknesses. He's very sharp when he's off the ball. Great penalty expertise. He's flawless, versatile in linking with the midfield. No wonder Hansi Flick wants him in the squad. During the 2024-2025 season, in the Bundesliga, he scored 21 goals in 30 matches. He also scored 13 goals in the Champions League, and he was the joint top goal scorer with Rafinha. Like I've said, huge goal scorer. 4 goals against Union Berlin, a hat-trick versus Wolfsburg, and also a hat-trick versus FC Barcelona. And in the 2025-2026 season, he has already been scoring during Dortmund's unbeaten Bundesliga run. Multiple goals in both the league and the Champions League. And now let's look at Rafael Belinho, the Brazilian attacking prospect. Born in 2006, moved to Croatia in 2021, joined Dinamo Zagreb and its academy, and he gained Croatian citizenship right after. His low center of gravity is what makes him incredible as a dribbler. Great creativity, great vision. He's only 5'6", by the way. He's like around the height of Messi. His playing style is very agile, tricky as a winger, and also as a attacking midfielder. Great close control. He knows how to change his pace extremely quickly depending on the environment, and his top 3 greatest strengths is going to be the 1v1 dribbling, the creativity, and the indirect set piece threat. As for his weakness, it's always going to be his physicality. It still needs to develop because he's still very young. Last season, he was mostly in the youth competitions for Dinamo, also had standout performances for the under-19 tournaments, and then for this season, he's still developing at Dinamo. And there could be a few senior cameos within the next 4 to 5 months, we'll see, but the majority of his work is focusing on bulking up for the senior level intensity. For sure, if Deco does achieve this operation, he's going to want to bring him in for the Barça athletic team and really make him understand how to play at FC Barcelona while at the same time getting much more physical. Then moving on towards Cardoso Varela, another Dinamo Zagreb wonderkid, a player who was born in 2008, has gained Portuguese citizenship since 2022, but ever since then, it has been history for him. He's 6 feet, has strong balance, explosive acceleration as well. His playing style is an explosive winger with speed, close control. He loves cutting inside for shots or laying off assists, very similar to Lamine Yamal, but it's just insane to me that he's 6 feet, and the fact that he can move as if he was like 5'7", 5'6", it makes him very dangerous. His strengths is going to be relying on 3 different things: the 1v1 take-ons, his agility, and his vertical explosiveness. As for his weaknesses, I would just say that it is his decision making, but the fact that he's only 16 years old, it's kind of like what I said in the previous conversation with his teammate. He's very young, and there's always going to be weaknesses on certain players, especially when you're under the age of 20 years old. So sometimes there are situations where he likes to dribble too much and there is a teammate open for him, but he does not pass it to him. He excelled last season in the Portugal under-17 Euros, and he also carried Portugal to the final. In February 2025, he did move to Dinamo, and he switched between playing in the under-19 team and also playing in some senior cup matches. And then so far, for the 2025-2026 season, he has been fully integrated into Dinamo's first team squad, already making cameos in the Croatian League and the Europa League. It has been reported that Barcelona want to pay 5 million euros plus add-ons for Cardoso Varela, which is really not that bad, especially knowing that his recent renewal took him until 2028. So all in all, looking at these 3 players, I believe that the ones that are the most demanded is going to be Cardoso Varela and Serhou Guirassy. And I only say that because we have to understand the context of Barcelona's problems, meaning you look at Hansi Flick's system. It is a 4-2-3-1 system, high pressing, plus with a aggressive offside trap. We also use a lot of quick vertical transitions, a lot of positional rotations as well. We prioritize intensity, direct play, and a lot of youth integration. These are the type of things that Guirassy and Varela can really be comfortable in. Guirassy has a lot of experience when being used under a pressing system. He's also very clinical in terms of a finisher. He can easily be fed by players like Pedri, Yamal, and Rafinha up top. However, I'm not going to fully count off Belinho. I think that there's always a possibility that he could join us. I just think that the most priority, it is going to be Varela and Guirassy, only because we just have so many wingers at the moment. And I understand that Varela is also a winger as well, but the fact that he's 6 feet and pretty tall, it gives us something different. And I think that his explosiveness is also going to be admired a lot because we do a lot of quick transitions to get the ball to the net as fast as possible. But that is it. That is going to be wrapping up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.